and I simply remove the telephone jack and plug it into this box here, the modem. I then take another wire from the modem and plug it in where the telephone was. I can then switch on the modem. It's now telling me to phone up the main Pressel computer.
So it's a very simple connection to make.
Extremely simple. I'm now waiting for the computer to answer me. And
things are starting to happen.
Things are starting to happen.
Why did you buy a computer?
Well, I was very interested in the new technology and didn't want to be left behind. I don't think it's only for the youngsters at school now. I think us older ones will have to learn a lot about it.
What is Internet anyway?
Internet is that massive computer network, the one that's becoming really big now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what Internet is?
The world is in financial disarray. Currencies failing, economies in wild flux, jobs being lost. But what if you could build an entirely new economy, one specifically designed for the digital realm? Well, that is the dream behind Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, for those of you who don't know, is an electronic online currency that was created in 2009. It was made by someone who did it under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto.
Like any economy, you don't want too much too fast, because then the value of your currency drops, or so slow that your economy grounds to a halt. It's designed to be a self-stabilising economy. Whether it actually is that way, though, well, that is a little bit more complicated.
Because some people have said, hey, Bitcoin is the answer to those problems. Are you a believer?
Well, Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap it can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place. And, of course, for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient.
And what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a currency on the internet.
I sent 100 euros worth of Bitcoin from here in Tokyo directly to you guys through this camera, through the network, through the TV, right into your home. If I had tried to do that, send you the money with a traditional bank, it would have taken several days and probably cost 30 euros. I just did it right now with Bitcoin instantly, basically for free, and didn't have to ask anybody for permission. I didn't need a bank, I didn't need a government, I didn't need anybody. I just needed myself and you and our smartphones to do it. That's the power of Bitcoin.
Wall Street is fraud, America is fraud, the world is fraud, banks are fraud, central banks are fraud. We live in an era of fraud. It's all based on fraud, and they get a percentage of the fraud. That's the business model. To suggest that there is any moral or ethical aspect to anything that's going on now is to be completely naive about the fact that we live in an era dominated by financial terrorists, jihadis of banking. They're here to kill you and themselves. They believe in an ideology, not the Quran, but Adam Smith, that they completely misread and interpret as something to justify their blowing themselves up. Janet Yellen's a terrorist! Mario Draghi's a terrorist! The Central Bank of Japan is a terrorist! These are the real terrorists!
Funds received.
This community is switching to what they think is a better monetary system. A system in which banks are no longer needed because payments could be made directly from one person to another.
Bitcoin is fundamentally different because in Bitcoin, you don't owe anyone anything and no one owes you anything. It is not a system based on debt. It is a system based on ownership. And no one can censor it, no one can seize it, no one can freeze it.
It's November the 2nd, 2008, just 6 weeks after the Lehman Brothers collapse. And all over the world, there are panicked debates about how to save the banks. Then, on a little visited web forum for cryptographers, a document appears in which a completely new monetary system is proposed. The visionary author calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto.
These were the darkest days of the financial crisis. So that to me suggests a very clever mind that saw an opportunity, the perfect opportunity to introduce a new radical technology and a new radical approach to money and finance at just the right moment when people would be very open to making this big shift that's required to adopt a new currency.
What's exciting for me is like a global economy. Right now we say we have a global economy, but I can't take $1 and give it to you in the Netherlands and then you know what to do with it, right? You would have to go and change it to your native currency. And when you kind of eliminate that step, and I can just send you one form of payment and you can send me a product in a matter of seconds, that starts to change things from a global perspective.
How could this digital coin invented by this Satoshi Nakamoto become hundreds of times more valuable than the dollar? And why do enthusiasts like Roger Fear want the world to switch to bitcoins?
I'm giving every single person here 1,000 yen worth of bitcoins, which is like $8 and something cents.
Back in the early days, you know, I'd get phone calls from my buddies. Oh, hey man, I lost 10,000 bitcoins because my computer blew up, right? Back then, one bitcoin was less than a penny, right? So nobody cared. They lost $10. I don't care, right? And now 10,000 bitcoins, that's $5 million. That's a big deal, right?
I think a lot of people are underestimating the way in which Bitcoin and the blockchain are going to change the power structures in society.
You can buy Bitcoin at the Shell station. Check it out. Good. Got $2. Hit finish. Oh, $2 Bitcoin. Just like that. From this machine. I just turned cash into digital currency.
So thinking that it's too late to get involved in Bitcoin is like thinking it's too late to get involved with the internet or too late to get involved with using a cell phone. Like, it's not too late to get involved in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin becomes really popular all over the world, Bitcoins are going to have to be worth at least tens of thousands of dollars a Bitcoin, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per Bitcoin. So thinking it's too late to get involved with Bitcoin is like thinking it's too late to get involved with using the internet. Of course not. Like, it's ubiquitous in our lives, and Bitcoin's going to become ubiquitous in our lives as well.
When you vote, have you ever wondered whether your ballot is actually counted? If you meet someone online, how do you know they're who they say they are? When you buy coffee that's labeled fair trade, what makes you so certain of its origin? To be sure, really sure, about any of those questions, you'd need a system where records could be stored, facts could be verified by anyone, and security is guaranteed. That way, no one could cheat the system by editing records, because everyone using the system would be watching. Systems like this are on the horizon, and the software that powers them is called a blockchain. Blockchains store information across a network of personal computers, making them not just decentralized, but distributed. This means no central company or person owns the system, yet everyone can use it and help run it. This is important because it means it's difficult for any one person to take down the network or corrupt it. The people who run the system use their computer to hold bundles of records submitted by others, known as blocks, in a chronological chain. The blockchain uses a form of math called cryptography to ensure that records can't be counterfeited or changed by anyone else. You've probably heard of the blockchain's first killer app, a form of digital cash called Bitcoin that you can send to anyone, even a complete stranger. Bitcoin is different from credit cards, PayPal, or other ways to send money because there isn't a bank or financial middleman involved. Instead, people from all over the world help move the digital money by validating others' Bitcoin transactions with their personal computers, earning a small fee in the process. Bitcoin uses the blockchain by tracking records of ownership over this digital cash, so only one person can be the owner at a time and the cash can't be spent twice, like counterfeit money in the physical world can. But Bitcoin is just the beginning for blockchains. In the future, blockchains that manage and verify online data could enable us to launch companies that are entirely run by algorithms, making self-driving cars safer, help us protect our online identities, and even track the billions of devices on the Internet of Things. These innovations will change our lives forever, and it's all just beginning.
Take three. Hey guys, we've got Mike and Danny joining us from Montreal today. They've been involved in USI for a while now and are going to tell us a little bit about the crypto journey and the program itself. Mike and Danny, thanks for joining us.
Brian, great to meet everyone. Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you. Hi.
No, look, thank you for coming on board. Guys, we're really
online marketing for 5 years now. Last year, I've been deeply involved in Bitcoin from a mining and a trading point of view. And it's been a life-changing experience for me, understanding the power of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And what I like to say to people is that if you haven't experienced the power of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, just get some and use it and see how it's going to totally revolutionize your understanding of money and banking and finance. And we've been very fortunate to get involved in this company, USI Tech. I've been in since October last year. We started way before the actual launch of the company in November. And at that point, it was a Forex trading software company. And in March, they launched their Bitcoin product. And I've been really lucky to have a lot of very high-powered connections in the Bitcoin marketing space who came and joined me with this opportunity. And they just ran with it really hard because essentially the product works. People can prove results very quickly. The company has got a very solid backing, amazing reputation in terms of trading and corporate management in finance. And on the strength of one, the integrity of the company, and two, the results that they can prove using Bitcoin and crypto trading and mining, the growth has just been spectacular. And we've been very fortunate to see our lives transformed to the level that we were borderline broke when we were first introduced to this. And now, we're living a very, very good lifestyle, traveling the world. We're able to look after our family and really enjoy, the fruits that most people look for in terms of time freedom and that freedom to live life on your terms. So it's been a wonderful ride. Last year it's been phenomenal for us, and also to share it with people like you and your friends. It's been a real blessing as well.
I think for as the wife, Michael has been trying different things, and we've tried different online opportunities. And when we got the Forex product, which we just attached to our broker account, Michael has been saying, oh, we got, a return this month. Oh, we got a return today. And seeing that there has been regular results coming in, I guess gave me more confidence. Oh, there's something to this company. So that when, for a few months since November to March, when they first launched the Bitcoin product, and after the Bitcoin product worked, Michael has been saying, oh, we got some more income. We're able to, when grocery shopping, not worry so much about just getting the sale prices or being comfortable, spending on organic food. And we're able to spend more time together, I saw, because Michael used to do trading and he was all day on the computer. And then he used to go to office. And then I used to be I was working as a psychologist with provisional registration, and it took me 3 hours to go into the city and see clients all day. And then Michael told me, you know, after a few months using this product, that I can quit. You know, I don't have to work anymore. We can spend time together. And now we were able to conceive and have our first child. I think from the lowering of the stress that was involved in worrying about our future, because we had confidence with US SciTech, and you know, some regular results were coming in, so that really relieved our stress, and yeah, we're able to conceive. And so from a personal point of view,
so it's been
it was a very
completely
good
transforming, because we've been looking to start a family for a few years now, and once that financial stress was lifted, it was almost like straight away Dania got pregnant. And it's like we've got a little Bitcoin baby coming along in December, so we're really excited.
Some money coming in is always good to diversify.
That's fantastic, guys. Absolutely. A question we commonly get asked is, you know, how do I best get into the crypto market? There's a number of opportunities out there, from trading yourself through to trying to go on to mining and other options like that. You know, why did you guys decide to purchase into USI, a managed program, over, say, trying to trade the markets on your own?
Question, Ryan, because we've been involved in Forex for about 5 years, trying to learn how to trade ourselves. And to be honest, it's very stressful and it takes a lot of time. You've got to be constantly monitoring the market for any volatility. You know, Donald Trump sends a tweet and the market goes crazy, and you're worried, and you stay up all night thinking about the market movements. And the beauty of US SciTech is it's fully managed for you. It's automated, it's hands-free, it's low risk. The guys have got a phenomenal track record for managing large amounts of money. Up until November last year, to use their software, you needed to have a minimum of 100,000 euros or US dollars to even use the software. So the fact that the ordinary person can come and use this and take advantage of it, both on the Forex side and on the Bitcoin trading and mining side, is just, it just gives you that peace of mind that you can let the professionals look after your funds and you can get on with your life. Like Dania was saying, you know, we can spend the time with the things that we love without getting obsessed about following the markets. And in terms of getting involved in cryptos, for people in Australia, what I would recommend is get a CoinJar account. It's very easy to set up, and just getting some experience of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Use it. Talk to someone who's already got it. Just do some transactions, even if it's for a couple of, you know, say $2 or $10, just to see how powerful it is to have a peer-to-peer, decentralized, fully encrypted and secure network to transfer value from one person to another. And you do not need permission from a bank or a government to use your own money. So effectively, you become your own bank. And it's such a liberating experience using cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin is obviously the most popular one. But once you start to use it, it's just it just changes your entire perception of what money is, what value is, the banking system, finance, and you start to gain your power back over your own finances and your own ability to use your funds. So we had an experience last week where my PayPal account was shut down for a ridiculous arbitrary reason. No reason. And they won't allow us to actually access our own funds, and that can't happen with Bitcoin. It cannot be hacked, it cannot be taken away from you, it can't be extorted.
You don't have to ask
You have
permission.
full control, and you have so much security over your own funds. So
No
what
waiting
a-
3 to 5 business days.
yeah, it's
you know, when
almost
you want to
instant.
send
The transaction
someone.
fees
It's like,
are negligible compared to traditional banking.
you can't go back.
So just get a taste of it, get a little bit of Bitcoin and transact with it. And
Look at this company.
All right, fantastic. So it sounds like you guys have had a really great experience with USI. Just finishing up, thank you so much for your time this morning. Would you recommend USI to your friends and family, and have you done so, guys?
Yes,
Totally.
yes, indeed.
Our whole
Anyone who
family.
hangs around with us long enough is going to hear about it eventually. And
They
those
just want.
who we have introduced, it's changed their lives as well. I mean, every single day I get the most beautiful messages from people saying, thank you. You've changed our lives. You've opened up possibilities for us to either have children or spend time with our children, to travel, to do the things we've always dreamed of. And quite a few people are actually setting deadlines for their retirement from their jobs because they're so filled with confidence in this. They know that this works, and it's just changed their whole outlook.
Yeah, and our whole family jumped at it as well because they saw that we're so happy with it. Like, what are you doing? It's like, check this out. So our family, our parents are also involved.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, and thank you for breaking time.